What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Trucking and Stories, episode number who knows. And we are here with another delivery today, but nobody is going to actually care about that, because what we are talking about today is I'm annoyed by begging culture, and I'm going to mention it another time now. And B, was suggested by YouTube, no less, a platform that should know I'm not into that stuff, because it kind of has a very precise idea of the things that I care about watching. But I was suggested some, how do you call them, inspirational videos? Life advice videos? Probably we can call it that. And I want to talk about that shortly after I give my short rage about the whole begging culture. Yeah, we can drive past that, good. And I was watching a popular YouTuber. I'm not going to mention names because I'm not interested in calling anyone out. So I was watching him. So it was him. Yes, it was. Does that matter? So I was watching him, and I think every one of his fans knows that he makes 20 times as much as most of his fans do. Just by the attention he has, and by the reach he has, and by the videos, and by the ad revenue, by the ads that are placed in his videos, by his sponsors, whatever it is. But no, that's not enough. He is kind of asking his fans to donate money to him, and I think that's problematic, especially in his streams, because when you think about it, you have someone who makes a ton more than the people watching by providing the content, and then he's sitting there and he's asking these people who make a lot less than him, hey, please pay me even more. I know you already support me by watching my stuff, or else I would have nothing. But just pay me your money as well. And I will give you a little bit of attention for it. And in a world today where everything is about getting attention and being famous and having your 5 seconds, obviously people pay. They're lonely, they need some attention, they crave being mentioned, and their favorite streamer or whatever is offering exactly that. So they pay and they donate, and then it says Mr. Moron 69 just donated $69, and then the streamer says thank you, Mr. Moron, and in his head he thinks what an idiot, but he's acting like that's the greatest gift on earth to him, that this guy just donated. And then you get mentioned for 10 seconds before everyone forgets about you again. And unless you pay so much that you get on the leaderboard where some guy paid $5,000 of his parents' money just so he stands on the donation leaderboard for a little bit of fake fame and attention. And this need for attention is so abused by these bigger channels, it's crazy. Like, I don't mind if you find a channel and you're like, well, you know, YouTube is rough, I want to support the channel a little bit, I go on Patreon and I donate a little bit of monthly money that I don't need, so the channel can keep running and you can keep buying games and equipment to kind of, because it's an expensive hobby. Obviously you need to buy the games, you need to buy the equipment, and you obviously need to invest the time. And I understand when people do bad to a certain extent, and I understand when people ask other people, hey, maybe you can like my video, maybe you can subscribe or whatever if you enjoyed it. That is fine as well, if it's not overdone. I think some channels are overdoing it these days with spending half their video asking people to like, comment, subscribe, share, follow on Facebook and social media, whatever. You know the drill. Where like 90% of the video, or not that much, but like half the video is just spent self-advertising that way. And I already don't like that, but this whole donate please and whatever, that coming from people that are already making vastly more than anyone watching them, I find that a little bit problematic. I mean, of course it's done, people are paying, so of course you do it. But maybe people should wake up that this 5 seconds of e-fame is maybe not worth their hard-earned money. I'm not telling anyone what they should spend their money on. But again, maybe there are better ways to spend it than that. Just a thought. And I don't like how this lack of attention of people and this need for attention and this, I don't know, this I mean, people are lonely. People are sitting at home, they're sitting in front of their PC, and they crave for that little bit of attention. They crave for getting their name mentioned, and it's just, especially in today's world where with all the social media attention, it clicks and it's everything. It defines your worth, and then all of a sudden you get mentioned, or you stand on the leaderboard of a famous streamer, and then you can go to your friends and brag about that, and we're thinking, well, what are you doing? Why are you spending all that money on that? I don't know. It's a weird concept. I also don't get it, like when famous people, sports stars or whatever, who are making millions, are streaming games, like just as an entertainment. And I like that. I like that they are becoming more accessible that way and interacting with fans. And when you have people donate to them on Twitch, are you serious? These guys are making millions with their sport. They don't need your money. And I mean, that's as blatant as it gets in trying to get the attention of a famous person for 5 seconds. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And again, I'm not telling people what to spend their money on. If you really think this is a good idea, then I guess go for it. But I'm just questioning the whole thing in general. Because again, these people do not need your money. I like when it's done for charity. And like the famous people are saying, well, every donation I get here is directly forwarded to charity, but then you might as well donate to the charity yourself. These famous people don't need the platform of spending for a charity. They can do that with their own money. They don't need yours. I mean, that's just... They're basically using your money to help their own brand and platform, because they're forwarding your money, and when their name is mentioned that they forwarded money to a charity. Good job giving the rich even more. Like, they could have used their own money, you know. And some do that. Some say, okay, if you donate $1, I double that. That's good. That's a decent concept, and I can get behind that, but in a lot of the cases I've seen, that's not the case. They are just bagging the money that clueless people are spending to get 5, well, not even minutes, 5 seconds of e-fame, of being called out, of being thanked for and saying, hey, you are my bestest fan, I like you so much, thank you for donating, you are so wonderful. And then most people sit at home and think, yes, I made it. No, you didn't. This concept is just, I just don't get it anymore. I don't know. It's weird. This whole doing everything for your 5 seconds of being mentioned and being popular, it's crazy. And on the other hand, you obviously have people abusing it and trying to get every single penny out of their followers and their fans. And obviously, whenever money can be made, people are going to abuse the hell out of it. That's not new. It's nothing you didn't know already. It's just, I find that worrying. This whole begging culture thing, I find it very worrying. And the next thing I want to talk about, because we have 2 topics today, as I've already mentioned, is that we are driving way too fast. No, that's not the topic we're always doing that. No, what I actually want to talk about now. Oh. That was close. Could have gone very wrong. We need to go this way. This is working well. Well, it was working well, actually. The next thing was, like, I was suggested by YouTube several, like, inspirational videos and life advice and life hacks. Well, not even life hacks. Life hacks can sometimes be useful, but just this, I mean, you all know that, like, with the calendars that you get with the inspirational messages and whatnot. And I was being suggested some videos, and I actually clicked on some of them because I didn't want to judge too harshly before I actually watched some of it. And then I thought, well, I could have just judged by the cover and it would have had the exact same result. There was one video in particular where this guy was just sitting there and he was saying, well, to be successful in life, you just have to not care about what anyone else thinks about you. You just have to follow your own path. Don't care about what anyone thinks. Just do your thing, be you. And he was especially catering to teenagers, and I found that hilarious because as a teenager, the thing you most certainly do not want to be is you. What you want to be as a teenager is especially someone else who you can look up to or whatever. And I don't know, like, that didn't seem... I seem to really hit the nail on the head. But the thing is, what he didn't talk about was how do I do that? How do I stop caring about what others think about me? And if that was so easy, I think more people would do it, right? I think, especially in the social media world, people care a lot what others think about them. They really care a ton. It defines them, you could almost say. And I agree, you should kind of stop that. If you really want to be happy, and then that's probably not a good idea, because you're always going to find people that don't like you and that don't like what you are, how you are, who you are. So I fully agree, and to a certain extent you should just stop caring about all this. But again, if people actually could do that, they, or at least some of them, probably would. And it's not that easy, and I think talking about that a little would help people a lot more to actually doing it. Not just saying, well, stop thinking about or stop caring about what other people think of you. Because it's not that easy. It isn't. So I actually thought about, well, I care relatively little about what other people think of me. And not to the extent where I don't care at all. Oh, I thought if I indicate I can get away with it. Yeah, not to the point where I don't care at all. I think to reflect on yourself and to improve as a human being, you should care at least a little bit, because sometimes you get valuable feedback on how you are and who you are as a person, and you shouldn't just say, well, F off, I don't care about that. You should always reflect on what other people think about you, and if you think, well, we're just being negative and I don't know, then you can obviously say, well, whatever, you just talk for talk, I don't care. But sometimes, especially if a lot of people are saying it, maybe there is something to it, and maybe there is something you could improve about yourself to, let's just put it blunt, become a better person, like some people say. And I think a better person, that's different to each and every other person, and I think you can't put too much weight on that, but I think you can put some weight on certain habits that you might have that offend a lot of people and that hurt a lot of people, where where you just get the feedback, hey, could you maybe tone that down a little bit, where you could think about it. And you shouldn't just rule out listening to opinions generally. Didn't work. So again, maybe sometimes you could actually think about what people are saying and take into consideration that it's not all wrong what they are saying. But the biggest thing to caring less about what other people think about you, and that is what I want to talk about today, and I think a lot of people still haven't fully realized that even as they age. I mean, as the younger you are, the less stable you are in your life, and the more susceptible you are to what other people think of you. But even as people age, a lot of people didn't seem to fully understand that the main step to caring less about what other people think of you is being secure and accepting yourself. And only when you accept yourself can you stop caring about what other people think of you. Let's take an example. For example, at the job, you know, you have your colleagues, and colleagues obviously talk, and there is a Christmas party at your job. I mean, thanks to COVID, those don't take place anymore, and I'm very grateful for that, but let's assume post-COVID or pre-COVID world, you're having a Christmas party at the job. And me as an introvert, I'm like, ugh, Christmas party, oh God. But because I care about the opinion of other people instead of my own, I go there anyway, and then I sit there and everyone can see that I really am not enjoying myself. And I don't like that, and I just sit there and I'm not really talking to anyone because I'm thinking like, when can I go home without people being upset? And that really helps nobody. I mean, yes, people wanted you to come because they thought you, I don't know, become someone different than you are all of a sudden or something. Uh-oh. No, too fast! We should have seen that coming. Damn it. Should have seen that coming. Should have hit the brakes a little bit earlier. Oh well, whatever. So, stop overtaking me. So, you go to the Christmas party and you're just sitting there and waiting that you can go home. Because, I don't know, peer pressure has made you do it. And you were not secure enough to say, that's not for me, sorry guys, have fun. And that's the first step. You need to be secure with yourself and in who you are, and just confident enough in who you are, and accept that you are that way, to be able to come out and say, well, I don't care if people don't like that or whatever, I'm just not going. And that's what I started to do at some point. I started saying, well, sorry guys, that's not for me, you have fun. And the first year you do that, people are like, come on, please go, do this, do that, and you're like, nah, sorry, not my thing. And at some point people will accept that. They will accept you for who you are because you accepted yourself for who you are, and they will stop trying to get you to be someone else. Because you have shown, no, I'm secure in who I am, I know what I am, I know who I am, and I accept myself that way. And they will start doing the same at a certain point. They will start to do the same, and that's a good thing. And you will be a lot happier once you just selectively go to things that you actually enjoy. I mean, sometimes you have to go to things because it's an obligation. Sometimes in life that's the case. Sometimes in life you have to do certain things. You can't get around that. Not forever, at least. But you will be a lot happier you will be a lot happier once you accept yourself for who you are and you really only go to the things that are absolutely necessary and to the things that you actually enjoy and want to go to, instead of doing things for peer pressure or because other people might think that you are a bit weird if you don't. And at that point, once you accept yourself for who you are, you can also confidently come out and say, I don't know, yeah, I am in my 30s and I like to play video games. I'm not in my 30s yet, by the way, I'm just making an example. I'm not that old. Although not much is missing. So, really what's important is you accept yourself for who you are, you accept what you are, and then you can live that way. And you can present it to others and present it in a way that you say, that's who I am, accept it. And if you don't, I don't care. And that's the point where you really shouldn't care about what other people think of you. Let's say you're an adult and you, I don't know, you like to play with Lego because, I don't know, it calms you down when you put together Lego bricks. That's your thing. You can do with your time whatever you want. I mean, as long as you don't hurt anyone else, you really can do whatever you want with your free time. If you like to build Legos, you build Legos. If you like to play video games, you play video games. Like, do what makes you happy. You have one life. Do whatever it is you like to do. Again, as long as you don't hurt anyone with it. If your hobby is, I don't know, molesting people, then maybe you should stop that. But as long as it's within boundaries, do what you enjoy. Uh-oh. Actually, we can do a cunning overtake if we just... Oh. I thought if I go on the other line, I can just do that. We couldn't. Oh well, whatever. We can bag some fines, it's fine. Punny. Anyway, that's like the main thing I want to say with it is just accept yourself. And then you really can stop caring about what other people think about it. And you actually have to think about the other side. How sad do the other people's lives have to be that they come forward and tell you that what you're doing is wrong? Like, how sad do they have to be with their life? Like, they must have some pretty underlying issues if they spend their valuable time with telling you that you are living wrong. Think about that and feel sorry for them. Like, just how pathetic is that? And I mean, people like to stereotype others, and like they say, well, you're a gamer, so you are fat and you don't do sports and you only eat chips and drink Coke. I mean, there are multiple examples to the contrary, but that's obviously who you are because you are playing video games. You are building, I don't know, train stations, model train stations. So obviously you are my dad, or 50 and with no love life, or I don't know, you know the stereotypes. And judging people by what they enjoy to do in their free time, I don't know, like, don't you have something else to do? Don't you have something better to do with your life other than making things bad for others and telling them that they're living wrong? Don't you have something fun to do? Like, maybe you are living wrong because you spend your time trying to down other people for things they enjoy. It's not their fault you don't have anything you enjoy. Just an FYI. But really the thing is, you really should just accept yourself for who you are, and then you can stop caring about what other people think of you. Like all these token inspirational videos, they can just all go to hell. I mean, they sometimes have pretty good ideas about things, but they never explain how you actually do that. And I also can't explain you how you just accept yourself. I just know that you have to, and I don't know how you do that. I think a good first step for me was actually coming out and talking about the things that I like, and just taking that step of actually acting secure, I guess. And once you act secure, then you see, well, the pushback isn't really there, or it isn't as big, or whatever. You just have to do it. You have to try it. And the more you try it, the more confident you become in who you are and what you do. Oh, come on! It's the same with YouTube. Like, if you were just not confident enough to do YouTube, just do it. Just upload videos, and when you see, hey, people are actually liking it, we're clicking like, and maybe that takes away some of that pressure and some of that non-accepting yourself. Or you just do it for fun and you watch your own video and you're like, yeah, that wasn't bad. Just do it. Just don't go to a party you don't want to go to, even though other people want you to. You will see you are a lot happier. Just try it. And I think once you make positive experiences with it, you are starting to accept it. And you are starting to get better at it. I think that's pretty much the only way you can do it. Because I really can't tell you how you just start accepting yourself. I don't think you can. You really just have to do something for it. And I think the only thing you can do is, well, going out and actually, like, trying to do some of those things. Going out and saying, yeah, I like to play video games. So what? I like to record videos. So what? I like to play Lego in my free time. So what? I like to, I don't know, ride the bike. So what? I like to, I don't know, whatever it is you do. I like to build train stations. I like to write books. I like to whatever. And hey, maybe you find people who enjoy the same stuff as you, and then that's even better. That helps you accept yourself, I guess. And then at a certain point you're like, okay, I'm fine with who I am. I enjoy these things, and I've kind of come out with those things, and I am now fine with it. And you will see that that experience makes it easier and easier. Because having a positive experience makes you a lot more likely to repeat it, obviously. So next time you are having a Christmas party and you're an absolute introvert, just say no. Unless it's an obligation. And like sometimes you have obligations and you need to go over. But if it's like free, if it's for people who enjoy that sort of stuff, well, then tell them to have fun and you do your thing. And I think you have to do it, and you have to do it for a while. And then you become more and more stable in who you are, and you start accepting yourself for who you are. And I think that is really the first step and the important step for you. And, well, I just hope you can do that. I really do. And I just hope you become less dependent on what other people think is fun. And instead ask yourself, what do I consider fun? What do I like? And then you start doing those things. I like doing this, like maybe 10 people will watch it, so whatever. I enjoy it. I don't need the positive reinforcement. Obviously positive reinforcement is enjoyable, but maybe when you start doing the things that you enjoy, you find other people who enjoy the same things. That's possible. Only when you actually come out and actually do it, you will know. You can't find people that enjoy the same things as you if you don't go out and do the things you enjoy. Then you always might think, well, I'm the only one who does that, everyone else is kind of just laughing about it. No, there's probably someone out there who enjoys the same stuff. Find those people. So that was kind of the topic for today that I had in mind to talk about. And maybe you are of my opinion, maybe you are of a different opinion. Feel free to share it. I won't care about it. Yeah, I will care about it. I will read it. Maybe I will even reply. And you don't have to pay for me to pay attention to you. I will do it just for free. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. And until next time, farewell.